5. I'm gonna add to my favorites because that was a really good video, even though it was super short. Where's my favorites? Damn, I have a lot of playlists full of dumb shit. I'll remove it from my watch later. Let's watch an East versus West war, I guess. Alex has a pretty good chance of having a low he can link out of. In fact, near 100%. Dude, look, there's a Q. Look, there's a Necro. This is kind of cool, right? I can't read that Necro's name for shit. It's a name, it's like an actual name. And Mijinko is the Q. This is like in names it's like Ari. And that's like, I think that's Kichi, right? I don't know. And then this one is before, it's like Mai, but I don't know what it is in names. Or like Zen, I think. I don't know what his name is. Ooh, nice. You got the trade combo? Was that actually a trade combo? No. Ooh, jump fierce. Anytime you get an air-to-air jump fierce, you get a taunt off. Q's play is so cool, except it doesn't work on most characters. But like in theory, it's really neat. It's like fucking combos that give you enough time to get a taunt off. You see stuff like that with Hakan. Hakan is the same idea. It's like you've got this buff you want to apply to yourself, and I think there's some MKX characters that are like that. Like maybe like what's the Kotal Khan with the buffs? Sun God? Blood God? I don't remember which one. Damn, this Necro pressure. Necro can jump a lot against Q. A lot of characters can apply very safe pressure to Q because he's really bad at escaping corners and resisting pressure. The fuck kind of link is that, Crookie? Jap Q's taunt. It's not like they don't. It's just that they won't taunt always if there's no opportunity to taunt. Q is really, really wide, which means you can do really cool combos on him in the corner. Necro can do that towards throw and juggle out of it, I think on everyone, but his juggles are much bigger on some characters than others. And on Q, I'm pretty sure you can do down back fierce into back strong. I guess I'll click on this link real fast and see what it is. Whoa, and then that happened. Alright, hold on. What's going on here? It's getting bigger. I don't know why it's getting bigger. Maybe in the wake of Street Fighter 5. The US scene is growing a little bit. It's definitely the biggest. The US scene's like the biggest it's been since the game was new. For sure. Like, Fightcade is alive, like, daily. Like, there's a lot of people trying to pick up the game right now. And it's either because of Street Fighter 5 or because of endorsements from top players or because of the Co-op Cup. Easiest time pairing with Q because he's huge. Every hit hits you. Oh, but like Q has this entire idea of like fucking this really neat idea of like getting wow, you didn't have a punish available. Getting time to do your punishes. I mean, getting time to do your taunts. Fuck. Gotta focus my brain. But unfortunately, like a lot of characters can just prevent taunts from ever happening. Or like he can't get those few hits lead to taunts. Like what leads to a taunt for Q? It's like anti-air dash punch, anti-air fucking slaps, any command grab, air-to-air jump fierce. It's like very few things. And if you can't get those things off, you're done. You can't get a super. You can't get your taunts going. And if you can't get your taunts going, you're a very mediocre character. Even if you get all 3 taunts, you're a very mediocre character. A little bit of knowledge of Q in the chat here. That's neat. Neat that people know. Birdie, it feels like Birdie could have had something like that, where like he breaks he like looks for times to eat donuts, but it actually in actuality it doesn't feel like that because one, there's like no Oki scenarios, and two, his donuts don't help him that much. What the donuts actually end up doing, nice parry. What the donuts actually end up doing is just uh dissuading his opponents from turtling him out. Ooh. That Q archetype is still alive, but it's like, it's weird. Hakan is a Q. Fucking Birdie is a Q. This like slow, big command grab, pokey oriented, fucking character with a self buff. It's a really neat archetype. That's safe. Leads to a mix-up. He did his Crouch Fierce too late. He's gonna really hate that because he didn't get. He lost a lot from that. Doesn't look like he lost a whole lot. He lost his juggle, which wouldn't have killed, but he also would have got a lot of super meter from that juggle, and he probably wouldn't have got the bar back, but like he'd have more than he has now. Q's command grab is really cool. It's really big and really slow. It goes insanely far, but like it it's like Karakusa. It's like slower than a Karakusa, but goes like farther than like Chun-Li's crouch medium kick. To give us fucking spectrum of how big this fucking attack is, and it's unblockable. It's really good to tick into. It's really garbage to try and like it's hard to hit on a blocking opponent because it's so slow. You can't react to it really. You might be able to, but you can like hit him out of it. There's a lot of time to hit him out of it. Ooh, that was nice. Yeah. So the thing about oh, hold on. Thing about Ryu is that with Donkey Kick, especially EX Donkey Kick, but really for any of them, Donkey Kick combos from Crouch Fierce pretty reliably. And Crouch Fierce hits extended limbs inside his hitbox when he goes for parries because Crouch Fierce is insanely fast for Ryu. And it means, ooh, nice. It means he gets a lot of damage after even a very far away parry, which differentiates him from a Ken by quite a lot. Ryu is a big slow damage dealer in the spectrum of this game, which is really weird because he's usually a very balanced character. But here, now his damage is like above average. That was one parry. You see how much damage he got? Now his damage is above average and his speed is below average. In the spectrum of the rest of characters in this game. You have characters like Oro and Ibuki and Twins who are just fast as fuck. Super 2, a lot of people don't really like it. A lot of people kind of consider it Ryu's worst super. Because Super 1 has like the 50-50s with the charging. And Super 3 has 50-50s with the charging. Super 1 is, you know, all around, has lots of EX, juggles some stuff. All that. But Super 2 gets so much damage off a single parry. It hurts. I'm fairly certain that Hugo's Super 3 goes through Denjin pretty reliably. So most Ryus, I think, pick Super 1 in this matchup. You can still pick Denjin to some success. Ooh. Oh! This is not going to dizzy, but it's close. It might dizzy. It dizzied. Oh. This kills, for sure. Kills for sure. He was too slow. He probably did hard clap, light clap for safety, but you can actually do all three. And then he went for low forward, which combos from light clap, but he was too slow. Far stand strong would have worked as well. He could have done anything. He got a fucking jab. Yeah, Ryu Super 2 is a lot like Q's. There's no setups except like maybe like, I don't know. It's just a punish combo move or like a parry move, and it's like it does so much damage. And it's ridiculously fast too. Ryu can combo it from low short stand or low short low jab, and Q can combo it from his command grab. So they've got like a setup each. They're both 2-frame supers, I'm pretty sure. One startup frame and then active. It does look really cool. And you have a juggle afterwards. A lot of similarities. Q usually uses Super 1. It depends on the matchup. It's like they're both about as good as each other. There's like Qs that prefer 1 and Qs that prefer 2. But like every Q runs 1 in some matchups and every Q runs 2 in some matchups. This is like over. Hugo's fat ass body moved him out of the way of the tackle. Didn't matter. Street Fighter 5 still doesn't give me the feeling Street Fighter 3 has. I don't think any game except games with parries can. The thing about Street Fighter 3 is if you know what your opponent's gonna do, you can shut them down no matter what. There's a hard counter to everything in Third Strike. Nothing is truly safe. That feeling of being lost when you don't know how to adjust your game, that's gonna... Oh, it didn't hit. I was like pretty sure that would catch the backdash. Backdashes are pretty fast in this game, but they're not invincible. That feeling of not knowing what to change in your game plan to fucking start winning, that feeling like doesn't exist in Street Fighter 3. Yada parries don't necessarily lead to you shutting the opponent down, do they? I haven't even seen that much Yada footage, to be honest. Yeah, I played it for 2 hours. I got distracted by MKX's release, and then I got distracted by Street Fighter 5's release. I feel like there's another game I'm forgetting. I was really hype about Yada for a long time, but then I stopped being hype, and then the game came out. It was in development longer than I cared. It's unfortunate. I'm actually kind of interested in playing Pokken, to be honest, to level with you guys. Between you guys and me. That was a cross-up. Ooh. Wow, that actually killed. She has a juggle there anyway, but I don't know if it would have. I don't know if it was in range. I don't know if she can like run a horn there. Elena's tiny ass hurtbox made a stand jab whiff on her. He really shouldn't have been doing stand jab. It's coming out for Wii U, you mean, right? I wonder if a guy like me has a chance in Pokken at like Evo. Like if I dedicated my fucking Street Fighter knowledge, I wonder if the competition would be that good. It'd probably be a bunch of people who aren't used to playing competitive games. I'd probably like run a train on them. There aren't that many people anymore who aren't that interested, who like don't know how to play a competitive game. There's too many competitive games now. Stand strong, right? Oh, just EX headbutt raw. Hmm. Nice kills. Can't take the chip. Oh, he could take the chip. Fuck, sorry. Chandler doesn't even have fists. Certainly not iron ones. Pokken means like fucking... I mean, the poke doesn't... I don't know if the poke means anything. Pokemon. Pocket monsters. But they can his fist. Oh. Elena's narrow-ass body doing a lot of work for her. She's very narrow standing and she's very short crouching. She's got a very favorable hurt box. The one downside is that when she's neutral, she moves, and her push box moves as well. So she can step into attacks or step out of the way of attacks, which can fuck up parry timing. I mean, I know it's a fucking portmanteau of fucking Pokemon and Tekken. But what I'm saying is I don't know if they used a kanji to fucking like a kanji that corresponded with the Poke to mean to have a pun. I wonder what they'll do about Urien's knee, because I feel like Urien's knee, all the application is unintended. I feel like Urien's knee should have been a really shitty move, but then accidentally was a really cool one. You know what I mean? It should have been like a nearly useless move, if using it the way they intended for you to use it. That's how it goes sometimes. Oh, what a shitty punish for such a good read. Elena only has one hit lows. If he's low parrying there, that's like the only thing she could have been doing. from that range. Urien is an amazing flute character. And what's more, he was thought to be low tier for a long part of the game's development. But then he ended up being like a high tier. He like slowly crept from low to mid to high over the course of the game's lifetime. Like literally years and years. Custom unblockables, partitioning, buffering, and dedicated players. Elena's weird. Good ass footsies. And then a whole lot of nothing. Most of the healing in this game is during the super freeze. So it's kind of easier to get off a heal in footsies. It's also like fucking easier to get off a full heal because a lot of characters have shit mobility. He's very shrug without Aegis. He's like a pretty solid low tier without Aegis. It's like the crux of his game plan. Urien, Seth is based on Gil, and Urien is also based on Gil. Oh, she bounced off. Almost every character would have to parry that. It would have been okay. He probably geared up like he was going to parry it. Probably was ready for multiple parries. It didn't really affect anything. If anything, he got less meter because he didn't have to parry multiple times. I did not buy the season pass. I'm just going to unlock the characters through fucking, you know. That was a full heal. Unlock the characters through fucking in-game currency or whatever. Makoto also took a long trip upwards, and I think Oro did too. Oro started low tier and ended up like maybe high. Makoto started out like mid and ended up like top. There's a bunch of attacks. Whoa, dead. Actually dead. Actually not. Deceased. Don't eat those. Don't eat Karakusa when Makoto's cornered when she has a bar. As a character with low dizzy. Or not low, but like mid-length dizzy. It's a pretty long detailed list, and YouTube comments aren't really the place for them. Yeah, go ahead, plug your shit. Or, you know, plug like a fucking... Oh, he's dead again. GG. Oh, never mind. Range was bad. Get a nice combo. RIP Elena players whenever they need to get combos. Elena's combos are hard as shit, and Elena gets very few opportunities to land them. So whenever you see like an opportunity for an Elena to get a combo, like half the time the player fucks it up. It doesn't help that there aren't a whole lot of really good players who play Elena. And the ones who are good are usually good at footsies. They're not usually good at combos. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like Elena combo drops happen all the time, and it's always super disappointing. But it's so cool when Elena completes a combo. It's like the coolest thing in the world, because Elena combos are actually really big and elaborate. Like, go watch KYSG Elena, and you'll see what I'm talking about. GG. I'm pretty sure the EX spin scythe into light spin scythe or medium spin scythe or whatever it is in the corner is like frame perfect on most of the cast. Taro Kichi. Elena uses a lot of EX for her combo. She's kind of like Dudley, where she's got like a really short little combo mid-screen, mostly just poke oriented. But then once she gets you into the corner and she's got some bar, she can start doing like really crazy juggles on you. But she's not as good. Her footsies are only barely better than Dudley. They might not even be better. They might just be worse, honestly. Dudley might have better normals than Elena. In fact, I'm pretty sure he does have better normals. If you're looking at it just in the spectrum of normals, I think Dudley wins. Dude, I wasn't in the FGC in 2002. I was like a kid in 2002. I was 11. I was like 10. Oh, that went so far. She's dead. Not Tominaga. Dead. Dead on. Dead relying on hard combos. No, that was desperate as fuck. Fucking what a shitty punish. I can't even think of what Chun-Li would do that would be stronger than that. That's the sad part. With no meter, crouch fierce into medium bird, but like she had to break charge to do the parry, so maybe block the whole thing and then crouch fierce into medium bird. I'm actually genuinely really struggling to think of something that Chun-Li could have done to be a better punish. That's Chun-Li's such a weird character. The taunt. You can get up your taunts relatively safely against Chun-Li at round start. Ooh, nice parry into grab. That might have been a failed. That was either a failed taunt or a failed hard dash punch, but I don't know which because I don't know if hard dash punch works on Chun-Li in that case. I'm pretty sure it does. I think you can do double dash punch combos on Chun. Mid screen. Chun-Li crouches his dash punches, which kind of blows. Got him. This kills, pretty sure. Yeah. No, but like I can't even think of anything that like Chun-Li could have done to kill him at all. EX moves, anything. Maybe reversal EX legs would have killed. Unless when you say with that much meter, you're just talking about fucking without a super. One thing Q can do is do normal dash punches and then just always buffer double quarter circle. And on hit, he can react with a super 2. It's quite precise, but good players can do it. You can also link the super 2 from the overhead dash punch, which he just attempted. Well, I'll track all my progress. After Ultra came out, I shit you not, there's only been like 2 instances of me playing Ultra and it not being recorded. Not counting like me playing casually with my friends in real life. There's like, and that doesn't even happen that often. There's like my entire trip. Wow, wow. My entire trip through Street Fighter 4 has pretty much been recorded. You know what's funny is before Ultra, I didn't even really play Street Fighter 4 that much. I played it casually with my friends, but I never tried to get better at it or anything. I didn't like it. With Ultra, I tried to get serious with it. That's why I just sort of popped up out of nowhere with Ultra. Mostly because they added a bunch of characters I liked. I have no idea who this Q is, but that was really sexy, that fucking parries. He parried 4 times to fucking get his head on straight. Make sure he could do the double quarter circle really, really fast following one of his parries. I kind of like Street Fighter 4. I was never crazy about it. I like Third Strike a lot. But, like, I wasn't very good at Street Fighter 4 because I never really practiced with it. I just, like, watched pros play and, like, played Third Strike. And I'm good at Third Strike. So, like, all of my skill in Street Fighter 4 came from just, like, the carryover skill that only somewhat applied. Ryu's fine in Street Fighter 5. The top player right now on the leaderboards, I think, is a Ryu. That was buffered. He did stand medium kick and he buffered a super. You can hit confirm it. It's not a link, it's a cancel, I think. Alex has the same thing. Both Ryu and Chun-Li seem to struggle against a good Ryu for me, so I wasn't playing at a level where it mattered. But also, Ryu seemed fine against both of them. The top player was a Ryu last time I checked. She. Oh, he got a combo. Chun-Li combos look so weird. It's so unusual to see Chun-Li get like 2 or 3 hit combo, excluding multi-hit moves or like super. It's really rare to see those combos. You wouldn't believe it. I've seen so much third strike. I've probably seen like thousands of hours of third strike. And I see combos like that, like I can probably count the number of combos like that I've seen, maybe like 20. Jump roundhouse, back fierce fireball. When you think about all the things that Chun-Li doesn't have, it's easy to see why they thought that she was balanced. Ryu is like more defensive and Ken is like more offensive, but they're both kind of defensive from what I can tell. Playing against them as a very defensive character and playing against them as a very offensive character. They both felt defensive. Maybe my opinion will change about Ken if I see good offense on him. That was a Dizzy juggle. So in third strike, Dizzy, you still have your combos are the same after Dizzy as before. Your Dizzy doesn't drop your combo. They don't just become invincible. You can still hit them with like normal ass combos if you want to. Whatever you're already hitting them with will still connect properly. They'll remain standing if they don't eat a knockdown move, and they'll fucking juggle. They'll keep juggling if they fucking are being juggled. But the one thing that changes is that moves that cause air resets no longer cause air resets. So all of a sudden, characters who normally aren't very good at hitting the juggle limit suddenly hit it easily. Like that was a Necro stun juggle. That whole combo, the back strongs and the down back fierce. The back strongs normally reset Chun-Li, but they can reset Chun-Li if she's dizzy, so he gets like a bunch of extra damage. So like juggles and stun and third strike actually fucking there's damage scaling mostly resets following a knockdown, following a dizzy, like the second when they stand up and they're reeling, the follow-up combo. Damage scaling mostly resets, and also stun extends or expands the possibilities of completing the combo you're doing currently. Hard for me to fucking say that for some reason. The point is, stun is really good. Alex, this matchup sucks. Aru Gure. I've seen a little bit of this Alex now. Just a bit. I heard of this Chun. Yeah, it is actually really similar. I didn't notice that either. Wow, what a weird little reference. Not accidental, I bet. I love Sims Roundhouse. That's like my favorite. That's one of my favorite Street Fighter V character changes, to be honest. It's perfect. It completes Sim. That's nice. That's a dirty ass anti-air. You'll never parry all those. I'm not even sure it's unsafe if you do parry it. Ooh, the dash through on quick stand. Lots of characters have stuff like that. It's actually not very rare at all. I think that the landing frames. I don't know if characters are invincible per se. I think it's just later than people are expecting. Necro actually doesn't have. No, Necro's decently like Sim. It's a spiritual success. They actually have very little in common, but like they have the general things they have in common are so. It's like comparing like. Let me think here. Comparing Sim to Necro is like looking at Ryu and like. Let me think. Like Ryu and Cody and like Kazuya from Tekken. It's like saying like Kazuya's similar or like Cody is similar to Ryu compared to Kazuya. It's like yeah, because they're from the same game and they operate under the same mechanics. But like actually, like Ryu and Cody actually have very little in common. But they have a lot in common compared to like someone like Kazuya. And the thing is, Necro and Dalsim feel like they're from a fucking completely different game. Necro has almost nothing at all in common with Blanca. Most of Necro's shit is fucking fully unique. Anyway, the thing is, like, Sim and Necro don't have that much in common, but like the stuff they do have in common, the stretchy limbs and whatnot, is so unique to them that like it's super easy to draw a parallel. Electricity is literally where it ends, and the electricity is actually functionally completely different. Necro is mostly his own character. Stretchy limbs are reminiscent of Dalsum, and he has a couple things in common, such as the drill kicks, and that's it. They both spin around. You got me. What's this? I think Hugo's often pick Super 1 against Chun-Li. I don't know, actually. It really depends on the Hugo. Hugo can kind of rock any of his supers, although 1 and 3 are quite noticeably better than 2. Yeah, Sims didn't like Necro. Necro ended up being like a semi-rush down corner mix-up character. It's funny how Capcom always accidentally makes zoning characters have incredible corner pressure. Like the awesome fucking Yoga Flame spam, and like Poison Fireball spam, and Guile Fireball spam, and Necro like fucking juggle abuse, plus throw abuse and whatnot. He didn't get his powers from Blanca and Dalsim if you check the lore. Did he? No way. I thought he was just fucking manufactured and that was that. Find me this lore. I want to see it. I didn't know there were specific characters brought up. I thought he was just experimented on. Gal's fireball combos in the corner are so beautiful. Nice. Necro is the prototype for 12. For the 12. For the 12s. The funny thing about 12 is I don't think they actually have numbers. It's not like one of them is 1 and one of them is 2 and one of them is 3 and one of them is 4 or anything like that. And the one we play is the 12th one. I'm pretty sure they're just all 12, and the reason they're 12 is because there's 12 of them. It's 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, and 12. The group that Seth is a group trying to create alternate bodies for Bison for if he dies or is wounded. That's nice. Okay. And the group that created Gil and Urien is trying to create the perfect human to fucking lead the fucking revolution or something. Fucking change the world. Okay? So it's very likely, if not outright guaranteed, that that is a splinter group. Sin is a splinter group that went on to become the Illuminati. And the most damning evidence is that Seth, Seth and Abel share a bunch of special moves with Gil and Urien, implying that the fucking production line that made Seth went on to create Gil. I think 12 is Tsura Buru or Rubu. Man, fuck, I don't know. Abel was the prototype body for the line that Seth is one of. That line, I don't know if it has a name. Seth has a name. Seth is one of those bodies, but he abruptly gains sentience and free will. He's number 15. The last boss you fight in Street Fighter 4 is number 22. 22 is a superior model, and thus is superior to fucking Seth statistically. More health, stronger attacks. That didn't combo. You kidding me? Nash originally was killed by Bison in the story, and then they retconned that to him being captured by Shadaloo in the Marvel vs. games. Like he got captured by Shadaloo, and then they experimented on him, and then he broke free. And he like had a bunch of weird shit. He was like Shadow. He was like all black design, had like new blue fire attacks. And now they've reintroduced Nash Charlie as he was indeed captured by Shadaloo. He was indeed experimented on, and he has the little fucking gem on his forehead that Urien has. Nah, the connection between 22 and fucking Fung's 2 is unlikely. Maybe. I mean, well, I think Fung's letter 2 will have some meaning. Anyway, Nash is like the thing that makes it look quite a lot like um, the bad team is affiliated with Urien in Street Fighter 5. And now that Urien's being added to the game, it's looking super likely. Well, that combo. That gets a very weak uppercut. It doesn't connect properly, so it does not very much of its damage. The Street Fighter movie is mysteriously canon, I guess. Except fucking Charlie was actually Carlos Blanca. And he turned into a green man. But that's... No, they actually kept that part. I don't know who the fuck that is. It looks like the fucking... The... It looks like the Russian Judgment Girl. But I guess it could be, Gil's assistant. We have to all watch the fucking Street Fighter movie. The shitty ass Street Fighter movie. We don't really know what's all with Shadaloo in Third Strike Arc. I think they previously established somewhere that Shadaloo was defunct and implied that Bison was dead by third story. Because he was killed at the end of 2, and that was supposed to be just he died. I mean, he wasn't killed, but like, you know, the secret ending, the secret fight with Akuma was third strike treated it like it was somewhat canon. This is good. Yes, the Dizzy. Koro is so nice. But then they brought him back to life in 4, and he didn't die in 4, so like, you know, might still be out there. The thing is, Bison can die. It's just that fucking Shadaloo, the organization, is devoted to bringing back, and Shadaloo was supposed to be shut down by 3. Dictator was dead, and then they retconned him back to life. Hey, Shrek. You know what's funny? You guys might actually like this. Every character Akuma has canon killed is alive now, except Gotetsu. Every character except Gotetsu has been retconned back to life. Nice low roundhouse. You got a little bit of time to punish that. Low roundhouse is probably Ryu's best option there, or at least most consistent. Akuma killed Adon in Alpha 3 endings. Akuma killed Gen in Alpha 3 endings. Gotetsu is Goken and Akuma's father and master, I'm pretty sure. Akuma killed Bison, and Bison now has a new host body, so I guess he actually died anyway. But he's been brought back to life. Akuma killed Gil, I guess, but Gil used Resurrection, so we're not even going to count that one. And Akuma killed Goken, but Goken's been retconned back to life. With no explanation. Isn't that funny, though? Or Akuma didn't fight to the death. They fought just a little bit, and then they both sensed immense power in each other, but neither of them ever stopped holding back. They both held back for the whole fight, and then they just fucked off. They didn't. They never announced who was supposed to be stronger between the two. Yeah, there's probably people in that submarine. You guys haven't seen any government guys around here, right? I blew up one of their submarines, and they're pretty pissed. Oh, fuck. You guys seen the collab? I don't know if the Udon comics are canon either, actually. I think they were Capcom endorsed. Yes! Nice combo. Nice punish. Fugu's a good aura player. That's a continuation of the alpha. Because in alpha it was explained that Gen ate a raging demon and wasn't hurt. I think it was Gen. I forget. And it was explained that if someone who held no like guilt in their heart, the way that Shungokusatsu hurts you is it takes all the harm you've ever committed, and then subjects you to it. So it hurts like bad people more. And if you've been absolved of your crimes, then you don't feel any pain. Instant hell murder, technically. And again, even though he killed a bunch of people and is a former assassin, he just fucking forgave himself. He's like, I'm resolved. Absolved. So he wasn't hurt. And now they've revealed that Goken did the same shit. Yeah, it's like the penance stare. Yeah, exactly. Why the sweep? Shinta, please? Fugu has a very different aura than mine. His footsies are like completely different. No, this matchup's fine. This matchup is like completely okay. Ooh, nice. This is going to be a lot of damage. That's the reset I invented. Looks like he invented it too. Because he definitely didn't get it from me. Oh, nice block. Instant Hell Murder is the actual translation of fucking Shungokusatsu. The Shun is like blink, I think. It's got some weird meaning. It means like an instant. It means like fucking in the blink. In a blink of an eye, kind of. And Goku refers to like fucking the underworld, I think. And Satsu is to kill. To murder. When Akuma does his oh, that link? Didn't even lose any hits. 6 hits if he did it, if he got the full connect. It's 5. He lost a hit. when Akuma does his Ultra Demon in Street Fighter 4, he says Ishun Sengetsu or something like that. I don't know what he says. Ishun Sen something. It translates to 1 moment, 1,000 murders, which is why he says die 1,000 deaths in the English translation. It's like 1 moment, 1,000 deaths. It's fucking Makoto Mirror, man. It's hard to translate a lot of the shit Akuma says. It's hard to translate shit in general. You guys ever heard of linguistic relativism? It's the idea that there aren't translations because human understanding is fundamentally built in language. So unless the language is native to you, you could never get a true translation going. Something like that. I didn't major in linguistics, man. I don't think that's necessarily true, but it is hard to catch all the connotation. Matsuken. Playing Yang. I mean, there's a lot of words that exist in one language but not another. That's quite common. Like the French esprit. There's no English translation for that. We can get close. There's no translation. It's like the wit, but it can also be like the spirit, or like fucking shit like that. It's like a bunch of weird definitions. I like talking about shit like this. You guys are cool. What's another one? What's a word that doesn't have a good translation? Interpretation differs because of Japanese culture. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is before your time. But Street Fighter 4 was actually the first game in which Ryu was going to speak English and shit like that. Ryu had never been shown speaking English before, or like Chun-Li speaking English or anything. It was the first game where they were going to translate the languages. I mean, obviously they were only in text before, but the characters did speak in-game. They just only spoke the language of whatever their special move names were. Like Ryu would only say Hadouken, Japanese guy would say fucking somersault and fucking sonic boom and shit in English. So when people heard about that, there was actually a lot of surprise. It was like fucking Ryu, like what's he gonna say? Fireball? Fireball. 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 And a lot of people thought that was super stupid. That was when Street Fighter 4 was still in development. And then, oh, he's dead. Tominaga never fucks these up. He didn't have the bar to kill, actually. Yeah, Wave of Fist. Ha's like wave. Do is like motion or energy. And Ken is fist. I'll click that link. Is there some way I can just copy link location? That's what I should have done. And a lot of people, when the game actually was revealed and Akuma was revealed, a lot of people didn't like Akuma speaking English at the time. There was like a little bit of backlash there. A lot of people were like, he was really like scary when he was speaking some random fucking, when he was screaming some random fucking foreign language. And now I can understand him. It's a lot sillier. It's not. It is his English voice being a little lame, but even more so than that, it's what he says. Like once you can understand it, it's not really intimidating anymore. Die 1,000 deaths is just really hammy. no matter who says it. Akuma's a pretty cool character when you don't understand what the fuck he's saying. Anyway, it's interesting that that effect was lost because Japanese people could always understand what he's saying. But what the kind of weird shit he would say worked better in Japanese than English. Not quite human was conveyed pretty well in Japanese. Or like terrifying, murderous, fucking archaic, freaky person. But that was really hard to do in English, and they kind of didn't do it. So I brought up linguistic relativism because it's like it's actually really hard to do that kind of character in English at all. Oro is a hermit. He's a Japanese man, about 70 years old. He's a master martial artist. At around 70 years old, he moved to Brazil and started training there. And he's like 140 some now. He's like fucking old as shit. He doesn't have a canon age, I don't think, but he has some uncanon ages that put him around like 140. Um, and he's really, really strong. He's a senin, which is like a Japanese archetypical character. It's a hermit that lives like fucking in the far reaches of the world, and fucking masters the use of every part of their body for the sake of martial arts. It's like a there's no English, there's no fucking it's no equivalent. It's like a fucking ancient master, ancient martial artist. Um, he has two arms. He just binds one. He's really fucking strong. So he, uh, in order to give himself more challenge, and in order to avoid accidentally killing his opponent, he um, deliberately binds one arm. He still uses both arms for his EX supers. That's why he has EX supers and no one else does in Third Strike. Because the EX supers are implied to be using all his full power. Also, Oro's penis is visible for one frame of his sweep. For those who aren't in the know. We can tell it's his penis because it changes color to match Oro's skin color. Empty jump BX uppercut. Honestly, it was super hard to get out of that because it was chipping too. Oro does have a pet turtle. He has a bunch of pets actually. He's got a parrot and a dog. Oro's got all kinds of pets. I forget them all. And their eyes all glow the way his eyes glow. No, Oro doesn't want to eat the turtle. That's his turtle. I don't know. Like, I honestly wonder about Oro's penis. They do that shit in Japanese sometimes. I remember there was like a little game where it's like a fucking boy with a mallet. It's like an arcade game. And fucking there were animations where fucking you would see like the fucking when you kill certain enemies they'd fly backwards, and if you paused on those frames you could like see their dicks. Japan thinks nudity is kind of funnier. Not all kinds of nudity. Like of course there's a lot of fucking censored nudity as well. But like a little boy's fucking donger or like an old man's donger is like funny to the Japanese culture, whereas in America it'd be like, oh fuck, that's like, how can we show that? That's fucked up. I mean, I think dicks are pretty funny. Yeah, Dragon Ball has Goku's penis. It was amusing for the Japanese. It's only not okay to show a fucking sexually mature adult man's fucking donger. Nakali's like growling might work in English, but his repeating syllables doesn't work at all in English. Kazuya, this is a good Alex player. Everyone keep your eyes on him. Not quite the aura. Devour. There's a lot of parries, Alex. He doesn't have a move to break through that. I'm pretty sure. You need like a 3-frame move. Or something invincible, and Alex has neither. What he should have done is kept parrying. Because eventually it ends, and you might be able to get a punish then. And more importantly, you get meter for every parry. Sacrifice, spice. Doesn't work at all in English. And it would have been so easy, okay? Compare these two. Devour. It sounds retarded, okay? Devour. You know, fucking whatever, something like that. If it just evolved into a growl, so much better. Immediately better. Like if he was struggling to fucking put words together because he was fucking just making animal noises. That would have been perfect. And then it's like the fucking devour hour. It's like fucking no, that's retarded. Ouch. Alright, never mind about that, Alex. He just got flattened. Archie is too good. Please be YSP. Yes, YSP. Oh, smart. I never realized that's what he was saying. Devour hour. The time where you eat. He's eating time. You will almost certainly be able to choose your voice per character because Street Fighter 4 had that, and they probably won't remove that feature. Street Fighter 4 is going to be the baseline for all the features they're adding. Evidence. Training mode is literally fucking all the features for Street Fighter 4 and more. I guess we don't have a save state button yet. That was a nice underrated addition to Ultra. Oh, you can do it on a per character basis in the beta? Wow. I thought it was just all one or all the other. I found it somewhere in the settings, and I remember there being like character options, but I thought it wasn't fully integrated, but that might have been all the way back in beta 2, when I was actually exploring the fucking presentation of the game. Unfortunately, Hugo versus Chun-Li sucks. But YSP can technically win here. Treating a parry like a confirm can occasionally work, because a lot of people go for punishes immediately after doing parries. This is so shit. He's dead to like one super. Ah, not quite dead. Wanchan! Wanchan! Oh, there goes. Car throw. I'm pretty sure that Wanchan refers to one chance. Lone word. Lone words, I suppose. Japanese people like to say it when one character is nearly dead. It's like you have one chance, you gotta make it, you gotta find that one chance and make it really hit hard. It's one of those things that Japanese commentators always say. It's kind of cool. Everyone says umai. Umai is like impressive. I don't know that many fighting game terminology words in Japanese. Nageru. That's the throw. But I've like picked up a few. Nice gado. I hear that one sometimes. That's loan words. You did a good job blocking. What are some other ones? Wanpi and Soupy. The buttons are Shochu and Dai Punchy and Shochu and Dai Ashi, which is it's like light, medium, hard punch, fucking light, medium, hard leg. Dai Ashi. It's hard kick. Yomi is Japanese, but I don't usually hear commentators say it. There's a lot of words that are Dai in Japanese that aren't quite the same, but they're almost the same. I think they have different kanji, but they all pronounce the same. All pronounced like Dai. Ooh. There's a name for that. I forget what it is. When the sounds for similar concepts have, or there's the same sound for similar concepts. It might be the same as that thing where it's like fucking like the foot of the bed, or like a human foot. Like a word being applied to different scenarios. But in this case, there's like Chinese characters, and the Chinese characters are different. They actually say happy birthday during mobile matches? That's hilarious. Oh shit. We went to 155.